Pretty weak shed, but I've never found an elk shed before, so I might pick this up on my way back. Still pretty wildflowers up here. This is a pretty substantial canyon, and it doesn't have flowing water, but there's a lot of like wetland vegetation. But I've only seen like a couple little pools of water like this. So the water table must be pretty high, but not high enough to flow. It's the beetles. I thought there were only 4 beetles, but turns out there's like 30 of them. Climbed out of the canyon because it was getting too thick. But of course, as soon as I do, it opens up. But it'll probably close back up as I continue. Okay, this is a lot easier to walk through. This situation is turning out to be pretty nice actually, because this road is closed right now because it represents the southern boundary of a fire ban, a temporary fire ban. I think it's just for 4th of July, because I guess they don't want the big mountain, Bill Williams Mountain over there burning. I can't hike or camp on that side of the road, but I'm free to follow the road, and it's closed to actual vehicles. So I imagine this place would be a lot more busy any other time of year. Oh, turkeys. Shit, I don't know how to turn this thing around. Damn, those were some fast turkeys. They just kind of disappeared over the hill. They might be down the drainage now. It's like, I think there's like 10 of them or so. Oh well. But yeah, I guess they don't want the mountain burning because the town of Williams that sits at the base of it would be at risk for also burning, but also all the bare soil left after a burn on the mountain would increase the risk of severe flooding for the town. I think that's what the website was saying. Don't want that. So they closed this shit, which is fine by me. The canyon got a lot shallower. I'm dropping back into it now from the road there. Damn, Annie Oakley. You sure got a lot of stems. I got back out of the drainage because the rocks were too annoying to walk on, but you can finally see old Bill Will peeking over the canopy. Looks like a mountain, but based on the name, it's a man. Biggest man I ever saw. Better view of old Bill Will. Take it all in. What a man. Another little pool in the wash. Pretty dragonfly. And there's some tadpoles in here. There's a bunch of crawdaddies in here. Well, they're tiny, so they're more like craw babies. Whoa, that's a big one. Whoa, they're fighting. I might have to grab one of those. Big old diving beetle. Crayfish are apparently non-native in Arizona. Arizona never had any native crayfish species. I don't know, maybe like thousands of years ago, but not in the Anthropocene, I suppose. It's a policy to kill all crayfish that you remove from any bodies of water because they can be destructive to the naive native ecosystems. I just failed at grabbing those though. I might have eaten them too. It's getting greener. What a mound. Probably the berm of a cattle tank. It looks like a big one. It probably has some water in it. Quite a big cattle tank, in fact. Looks real murky and probably full of poo though, so not swimming in that. I've been going through a big kind of flat riparian buffery kind of area, floodplain kind of area, I should say. And it's supposed to be closing up soon. I think it'll be right up there, but it's pretty dang thick in here now. I guess in a different way from earlier. It's a lot shadier too. Oh, that's the first time I've seen poison ivy since I've been in Arizona, I think. I haven't seen any water since I've been in this like wide floodplain part of the wash. So my prediction is once the canyon closes back up again, start seeing water again. Canyon's closing back up, no floodplain, and boom, very tiny amount of water. Well, the kind of wet meadow vegetation is back, but there's still not much water. I still have faith that there's going to be more up ahead, though. Voila, more water. I imagine it's only going to get deeper as I get further, though, so I kind of want to find a big pool that I can dip in, even though it's already starting to get cooler for the evening. Getting deeper. This one's still only like a foot and a half deep. That's cool. Hello. I don't know what that is. That's interesting. Some aquatic macroinvertebrate. Dead elk. And the skull's over here. I'd take that if I was close to the car. I've passed a lot of reasonable little water holes to get into, but I'm being way too picky. I have this same issue with picking camp spots too. I want it to be like perfect, but it's really not going to be perfect if I wait until it's dark and then it's just too dang cold to get in the water. The canyon's getting cooler and cooler as I go, though. Pretty sheer rock walls, and the rock is different now. I don't know in what way, but it's kind of like stratified and more uniform gray, darker gray. Well, that's strange. It's like a stream gauge slash high water marker thing. Looks like it might be out of commission. Pretty dinged up. Bear poob. Well, I predictably went too far, and now there's no water again. And I've left the canyon, really. But there's this game trail here now. I'm wondering if that's gonna lead me to water. Probably not. But it is pretty up here. Still no water, but I'm gonna set up for the night somewhere around here. It's now day 2. Good morning. Couldn't fall asleep for many hours. But I did hear some elk, including some bugling, which seemed early for this time of year, but that was pretty cool. I got to my camp spot last night kind of late. I didn't find any water, so I'm gonna have to get back to water again soon today because I'm kind of running low. I could just use my life straw. I made dinner. It was ramen with this stuff in it, just fake meat, dehydrated, that has agar in it, which is the same stuff that's in Petri dishes. So I boiled the water with a ton of this stuff in it, which is already pre-seasoned, added the ramen, and then I set up my hammock and everything. And by the time I got back to it, it was basically a big Petri dish of solid ramen and fake meat. And it was incredibly over-seasoned. So that was not delicious. And it turns out that eating a big Petri dish makes you fart a lot. So I was just kind of laying in my hammock in a state of insomnia and cooking a lot of farts. So that was an interesting experience. I believe I found a bobcat toilet. Some other mesopredator toilet. I might have to come back to that later, even though I'm a macro predator. Got a little dude here, and he moves to be on top of my finger anytime I move it. There you go. Turkey feather. It's not really looking like a spring. Well, it's certainly greener at the spring, but ain't no friggin' water in it. This guy's mean. Chasing all his babies. Finally got this bitch. Damn, he kind of has just given up on life. I'm finally in water. I just terrorized all the crayfish, which is why it's pretty dang murky. I mean, it was already murky to begin with, but finally got in some water. Well, that was a good hike. Saw a lot of cool stuff, more than I was expecting. My ass hurts though. I think the walk up along the wash for most of the way, all the rocky rocks that I had to go over, it's kind of taking a toll on my joints. But I'm done.